Every club.
Every day.
The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new daily AFC Bournemouth podcast, episode 51, where we are going to be talking about the latest transfer in on the last day of the transfer period this winter. Also talking about the game we've got ahead today already against Everton in the Cup, and we'll also hear what Iraola has to say in the press conference ahead of this game. But before all of that, let's just remind ourselves that this podcast is a part of the Global Sports Podcast Network, the only network bringing you exclusive daily news and views on your Premier League team, the Premier League, women's football, and fantasy football. It's a unique listening experience that puts fans first, bringing you the very latest breaking news from your team. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and make us your first listen every day. Global Sports Podcast Network. Every club, every day.
Every club.
Every day.
The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Right. So, before we dive into everything, as we usually do, I'm just going to play you a little part of of the sound from the stands against the last game Bournemouth played against Liverpool and unfortunately lost 2-0. Although Bournemouth played really well, hit the post twice, we missed one open goal chance. It was really unlucky, but hopefully this is not going to disturb us and we can continue the great run. Here is how it looked like back on the 1st of February against the Scousers.
The scouser! Where's the scouser? Where's the scouser in the blue? Where's the scouser in the blue? Where's the scouser? Where's the scouser? Where's the scouser in the blue? Where's the scouser in the blue?
Right, so Darren Scouser, England, the main guy why Liverpool had the penalty, and we spoke about it in our crossover podcast, which we published as our last episode. So let's just leave the past behind. Right. Talking about the transfers, so the latest signing of AFC Bournemouth comes from Lorient. Funny enough, 18-year-old Ellie Junior Crope signed for Bournemouth for only 12 million euros plus the bonuses. The guy is having a great season in Lorient, hence why they left him to finish the season in Lorient and then come to Bournemouth in the summer. With Bournemouth strikers injured at the moment, both of them, Vanilson and Unyal, Otaro was being forced to play as a striker, and we all know his second game actually as a striker, he scored a hat-trick. What an amazing discover. But Ellie Junior Crope will definitely stay in Lorient until the end of the season and then come over to Bournemouth in the summer. Now, some of the interesting stats for Ellie Junior Crope since the French league started in the summer. He's played 17 games, scored 9 goals, had 2 assists, won 1 penalty, had 3 big chances created, and looking at the dribbles and passes, and also average goals or assists per minute. So he had every 93 minutes, which is pretty much one game. So every game he had either a goal or assist on average, which is amazing. And also 1.2 key passes per 90 minutes and 1.1 successful dribbles per 90. 18-year-old. Very impressive. As for the signings, we also did send some players on loan, like Mark Travers. Travers, who's been our number 2 this season, but few games that he started, my personal opinion, he's been brilliant. And if we had no cap on loan, I believe Mark Travers would be our first choice this season. However, there's no point of bringing a player on loan who plays for a big club, big name as well, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and then putting him on bench. So I do understand, and I believe everybody understands why Iraola has to play Kepa. In terms of signing Kepa, actually, I can't see Bournemouth paying that much money. Apparently, the amount is over 40 million for Kepa, so I just cannot see Bournemouth paying that much money for a goalkeeper. No, sorry, but no. My personal expectations, looking at our squad depth at the moment, with still 8 players being injured, I was really hoping Bournemouth is going to sign a striker, like a big name striker, just to cover the position until the end of the summer. But obviously they didn't, and I am happy the way things are looking at the moment, with Otara playing up front, playing more as a false nine striker rather than that advanced forward or target player that usually Evanilson is playing. High press still works, great for the team. Looking forward to some of the players coming back from the injuries. Sinisterra might be in the squad today, not necessarily. Apparently, he was supposed to be on the bench against Liverpool, but wasn't really fit enough. Will he be on the bench or even start today? That's yet to find out. But I believe he will be back in the squad on the bench today. Also, Alex Scott, he should be back by the end of the month. Evan Nilsson, hopefully, by the end of March, how things are looking like. The recovery is going well. He feels well. He's given one of the interviews where he said that he's feeling okay, but not 100% fit. So hopefully, Eva will get you back by the end of March. Good thing Tav is back finally after the injury. Just remember, Tavernier didn't play for the last 4 games. He was injured, but he did come off the bench against Liverpool. Played the last 20-ish minutes. Had one chance where, my personal opinion, he should have passed the ball into space to Jebison. He was 3-2. He decided to fire the ball way over the bar. Same for Semenyo, who had great chances as well against Liverpool. Should have put the ball through to Jebison. Again, decided to finish with the shot, which went past the left post of Alisson. But anyway, yeah, we said we're not going to be talking about the game against Liverpool. It's past, it's gone. Let's forget it. We might beat them next season. We'll get another chance anyway. We'll definitely stay in the Prem. So we certainly will have another chance next year to play against Liverpool. Time for a quick break, and we'll be back to talk about some of the achievements from this year already. Stay tuned. Do you have a story to tell that the world needs to hear? Have you struggled with reaching new audiences who are engaged with your story? It might be time for you to start a podcast. Let me tell you about a platform we use here at Global Sports Podcast Network. Zencastr makes it easy to start a high-quality podcast built for growth from day one. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes ums, ahs, ya knows, and 22 other speech patterns, Zencastr makes it super easy to start a podcast that sounds great. Ready to tell your story? Check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencastr.
Every club,
Every day.
the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Right, back to talk about some of the achievements before we play the press conference of the pre-match review against Everton. The feeling, oh my God, I don't know if there's a better feeling than winning a triple, getting the reward of the best Premier League manager for January, getting the reward of the best player for January, and getting the reward for the best goal of month of January. All three in one club, AFC Bournemouth. Or was it a better feeling when we actually came back in the last 10 minutes against the Toffees in the first half of season when we beat them 3-2 with goals in 87th, 92nd and 96th minute? Ooh, it's a tough decision, really difficult one. I don't know. I'm happy for both, to be honest. I expected Iraola and Kluivert to be winning the rewards for manager and player of the month, because Bournemouth's 11-game unbeaten run was really something amazing. With a team like this, with the back four, the all four of them they're under 90 years old combined. It's amazing. What an amazing job Andoni's doing, and I really hope no big clubs will take him away, because with Iraola, we can do Europe. We can definitely do Europe. If anyone remembers my prediction when we did one of the pre-season episodes, my prediction for Bournemouth was to finish in the position number 8. Now, look, our colleague who unfortunately left, he was laughing about my prediction for the position number 8, but I did say we might be able to do even better, but I will be happy with the position number 8. At the moment, looking at the standings, Bournemouth sits in position number 7 with 40 points and only 3 points away from the 4th placed Chelsea. How crazy is that? 24 games into the Premier League. We've got another 14. We've got some good games coming ahead. Wolves at home, Brentford at home, where we should be getting all 3 points. Regardless of the cup, I'm not really fussed. If we win today against Everton, that's fine. Great. We're going to go into the next round. If we don't, that's fine. Cherries, focus on the Premier League and getting us into Europe, because my passport is ready and I'm ready to travel with you around Europe. Great. Let's hear what Andoni had to say about this game, and after his talk, we'll go for a short break and we will give our opinion about the game today. Stay tuned.
Every club,
Every day.
the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Andoni, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Can we just talk about transfer deadline day? It was pretty quiet, but you did get Ellie Junior Crope from Lorient. He's been loaned back there. Tell us about him.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a player that the club controlled from before, obviously with the relationship with Lorient. I think it was a good chance for the club to sign someone that for his age is ahead of the normal trajectory of a player. I think he's performing very well and has been really successful with Lorient, also with the national team in all the under 19s and I'm very happy. Obviously, if you ask me overall, we wanted to sign players for now, but it's true that the winter market is difficult, and sometimes you don't have the players that you need there, and we decided not to sign anyone finally.
So were you frustrated that you couldn't get the striker you needed for now, but were you also relieved that you didn't lose any of your star players?
Yes, I think we've been quite honest in all the process. No, we were trying to sign a striker, because now with Enes and Eva injured, we don't have, apart from Jevo, that we decided to call him back, any other 9, but there wasn't the proper striker for us in that moment, and we couldn't sign a number 9. Yes.
Do you believe Crope will be a sensation in the Premier League when he does arrive?
I don't know. I hope he is. But I really don't know. No, we will have to see him come here. Always, when you come to the Premier League, there is an adaptation process, especially for someone that is so young, with new language, different style of football. But obviously, when you sign a player, it's because you think they have the capacities to perform at this level. Yes.
And what's the team news for Everton? Have you got any fresh injury or illness concerns? And Tavernier and Sinisterra, are they okay to start in this game?
I think we will have the same players we had the other day. I don't think we are losing anyone, and I don't think we are recovering anyone. We still have today's training, but I think it's going to be very, very similar, if it's not the same.
It's the third game with Everton this season. The game at Goodison early in the season was sensational and really turbocharged your whole season, your first away win, and one of the most remarkable comebacks in recent Premier League history. What are your memories of that game now?
Yeah, good memories because we won at the end, but also the 2 times I've been there in Goodison, I think we've suffered for most parts of the game. Past season we lost 3-0, deserved loss. I would say probably the worst game of the season. And this season we were 2-0 down in the 80-something minutes. So it has been a difficult place for us, the 2 times we've played there. And it's true that it was a very important victory, the way we managed to get the 3 points, and we have now good memories. But I think we have the experience that it's very difficult to play there with the atmosphere, the kind of team they are now, obviously, with the confidence very high after the wins that they've had in recent weeks, and I expect a very difficult game.
How important is the FA Cup to you? Because in previous years, Bournemouth, recent years, have had a modest FA Cup record. 5th round last year, I think a quarter-final a few years ago. Some Bournemouth fans have said, you've rested players in previous years and not maybe treated it seriously enough. Do you think this year you have a real chance, given your league position? Because you're not going to go down, are you?
No, but it's for me, they are not. I don't relate the competitions. It's not like in the league you need more or you need less. Or I think whatever is your position in the league, we are going to try to go to the next round and be successful in the cup. But we have a very difficult opponent in front. But I always said, if they tell you no, we give you 3 points in the league if you lose this game, perfect. We can negotiate, maybe we don't take it or we take it, but it's not the case. At the end, there is no guarantee that if you rest players there, you are going to win the next game. So we will try to go there and win the game, knowing that it's going to be difficult.
You're a team that no one wants to play in the FA Cup. You're so dangerous in the Premier League. How much would you love to win the FA Cup?
I think it's too early to start talking about these things. I would love to win the draw in 2 days. That's what I would love, and be with the expectations of, okay, let's earn the right to play another game in the FA Cup. I said the same day as the draw happened. I think we've been unlucky with the draw. We're playing away against a Premier League team that are in a really good form right now, and we will have to be very good if we want to earn the right to play another game.
Yeah, you're right. David Moyes has gone back and he's really rejuvenated Everton, hasn't he? I mean, how impressive has he been?
They've been very, very good. I think the 4 games that he has been there in the Premier League, you see the results, 3 wins, even the game against Villa, they lost, but I think they were very good. And obviously he knows better than anyone, no? The club, everything around Everton, and for sure has been a smooth transition for him, no? Because he has been there, he has been successful, and he has started really, really well.
Will Dennis has a new contract. He's hardly played a game for Bournemouth over, I think, 9 years. Is this a weekend to give him a go at last?
We'll see. I will not tell you, the starting lineup, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy also for the club. I think he has been training very well since the beginning of the season. Also, the decision to leave Mark finish the season at Middlesbrough is because we trust Will, because I think he's obviously ready. Probably, as you said, he doesn't have the experience, but always, it has to be the first times, and we'll see. But I'm very happy for the club and for him. Yes.
And just finally from me, your long list of injured players, is there any better news from the treatment room about this long list of injured players?
No. I think it's true that we are struggling with the injured players. for me, analyzing a little bit everything, we are not having a lot of injuries. The problem is, if you see the number of injuries, probably we are in the low half of the table. The problem is the injuries we are having are taking a lot of time because of severity mainly, and because we are having small issues in the rehab processes. And that's why we are now with a short number of players, but I hope that we can slowly recover the players that are out, yes.
So with Evan Nelson, we're still looking at maybe late March, April?
I cannot give you timelines because my experience, especially this season, these last injuries, every week something happens, or good or bad, or they go, and so I don't know when he's going to be available.
Thanks, good luck.
Thank you.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Do you have a story to tell that the world needs to hear? Have you struggled with reaching new audiences who are engaged with your story? It might be time for you to start a podcast. Let me tell you about the platform we use here at Global Sports Podcast Network. Zencastr makes it easy to start a high-quality podcast built for growth from day one. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes ums, ahs, ya knows and 22 other speech patterns, Zencastr makes it super easy to start a podcast that sounds great. Ready to tell your story? Check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencastr.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Right, well, how can you not love that Spanish accent, Iraola? What a lad. We've said pretty much everything that Iraola did confirm in his interview regarding the signing. We did forget about new Will Dennis contract, and hopefully we'll be able to see him play at least one game until the end of the season. With Travers being out on loan to Middlesbrough, he's now our number 2, and I believe he will get a chance until the end of the season. Maybe in the cup today, maybe against Ipswich or Wolves, but I believe he will get a chance by the end of the season. Now, Iraola clearly wants to win today. It's going to be last Cherries game in Goodison Park before Everton moves to the new ground from next season. So we'll try. I believe we'll try to leave a good mark and to get triple against Everton as well. Not just the rewards triple. Let's get the Everton triple as well. Would be nice, hey? We'll start with the potential 11 lineup. So you already did say that the players today will be pretty much the same from last game, which means that he's not resting anyone. And it's good because there's no other game until the next weekend anyway. So I think he might give a chance to Will Dennis. You know what? I think Will Dennis will start. This will be a great test for him. Yeah, let's go with Will Dennis. At the back, obviously, we're going to have Zabani, Huijsen, Kerkers. Now, Smith is still out. Araujo still out. Hill still out. So it's going to be Cookie. It's going to be Cookie on the right. Unless Iraola decides to change formation tomorrow, which I can't see really happening, Cookie's got to be on the right. Our defensive dynamo, Adam Styler, on the right-hand side as a CDM, Ryan Christie on the left as a CDM. Now, the interesting part, the trio of the attacking midfielders / wingers, Semenyo will start. Brooksy's been in a quite good form now, especially winning the goal of the month. That's going to give him an even bigger boost. So I can see Brooksy starting as well. Clivert, player of the month, water player. Scored 7 goals in January, 2 hat-tricks. It's just amazing. It's a dream. So Kluivert, yeah, and then up front, Dango, full on. Hopefully, we get that win. We proceed to the next round, and we'll be going live from Vitality on our social media, posting videos and the fans, and going through the next round as well. Until then, thank you for listening to our podcast today. My name is Vic. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll be doing a post-match review against Everton. If not tomorrow, then definitely on Monday. Stay tuned, and thank you for listening. Bye.
Every club,
Every day.
the Global Sports Podcast Network.